Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and we are finally back. I have taken the time to recover from Clan Wars campaign, mentally and physically and emotionally, and so we are back. We are good. We're going to do another replay review. This time it's going to be from Dark Knight 70 from BOOP2, and he's got a game in his Lion that he wants me to look at, so here we are. I've had this one saved for a second, and I'm finally getting back around to it. So let's get right into it. I haven't seen this replay. I hit the record button and walked away, just like normal. So I'm seeing it now for the first time, just like the rest of you. And I will say, just starting off here, we're going to start the countdown. The equipment choice is a little odd. I think, if you're going to... I would usually either commit fully to shooting or commit fully to scouting and stealth and stuff. And so the low noise exhaust seems a little bit out of place. I probably would have swapped that with something else that was also good for the gun. Because, but I don't know. You can make the argument that this allows you to kind of be the camo sniper thing. I don't know. It's not how I would run it necessarily, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. But you're here asking for my opinion, so there it is. So, right off the bat, I'm seeing you go to the 1-2 line, and there's one artillery. It's a totally tier 10 game. One artillery per side, and it's really hard to play the 1-2 line on this map when there's artillery in the game, because there is nowhere that is safe. And also, you are going off by yourself. So that's probably the most crucial thing, right? I remember seeing, I think, the outcome of this, and you ended up doing okay. But, like, right now, just based on this, I would not be going off. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, somebody has to go there. That doesn't matter, right? Because that's not true. Like, this doesn't need to be your fault or your problem, right? It's because you might get gangbanged by 2 or 3 tanks. You shoot 2 times, and then you die, and then your game is over. Now, having said that, this IS-7 is way out of position, so you get to basically just farm this guy, and you're using bushes properly, which is good, so you gotta aim that one a little bit better at the actual back of it. There we go. So you get to fully farm this guy, just don't shoot your last... Whoop. He spotted you somehow. I don't think he spotted you, I think somebody else must have spotted you. But good call, trying to get to a safe position before shooting some more. This is all a good play, because that IS-7 is stuck, he can't go anywhere. 60 TP has, for some reason, decided to come and try to help you, even though that just means he's also out of position. This is a very weird game. Be sure to... No, use bushes. Back up and use bushes. If you can see through the bushes, you're not doing it right. Because now you're definitely spotted, and he was pre-aimed. You're lucky he's missing these shots, because if you had pulled forward to spot him and then backed up again, then you probably could have shot him without getting spotted and had no danger whatsoever. So, that's what I would say. We're like right here. Perfect. Aim, 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 aim. Okay, we rushed it a little bit, but that's okay. We got lucky and we got it in. So that was basically... That Platoon 1 looks like they're going to have a rough time here. But so far, so good. These guys... this is actually going okay. Better than I expected. Oh, free farm. Free farm. We love this. VZ doesn't... So that's one of the reasons it's really good to come over here. But again, this is all... That was a lucky shot. But this is all... Like, let's not forget that this is all very risky, right? You could very easily have been gangbanged, and I don't know where the Progetto is. I don't know where anybody is. But it's entirely possible that when their guys go to the 1-2 line and they see that there's nobody there spotting them, that they just, oh god, this is just free. This is just free damage. Probably not gonna hit that one. But yeah, why not? You got AP rounds, they're cheap. It's just always risky to go somewhere by yourself, and it looks like it's kind of worked out for you, but I wouldn't recommend ever doing that again, because a statistically significant amount of the time, you are going to have a bad time. And now if you shoot while you're on top of this, unfortunately, there's like one bush on that side and one bush on this side, and everybody knows where they are, and so it's possible that if there's somebody in that bush and you blind fire it, you might hit them, but they'll definitely spot you, and they'll definitely shoot you back. So it's just be really careful. Also, that 60 TP doesn't have any camo at all, and so I think he's already been shot by artillery and stuff. So you want to be careful, like keep an eye on where he is, because you just never know how pubbies are going to play. He might think he's doing you a favor and like pull up behind you and accidentally get you shot. So just keep an eye on where your teammates are in this game. And otherwise, I kind of agree. Like at this point, I might also consider, just because of how things are going, you see our, well, I guess that, I was looking at the 9-0 line, whatever that's free damage. Yep, good tracking shot, good. He did spot you. 2 for free. We love it. This is all good. This is good stuff. And you pull back before you get ganked by... Again, because the perch at A4, you know there's a tank destroyer or 2 or 3 in there. But just because it's not in render doesn't mean they can't shoot you here. So just be very careful, especially because you telegraphed, right? You started moving back into that bush while you were still spotted, because that was the same time that the other lion was still spotted. So it's, if I was a betting man, oh my god, this lion's just giving it away. I love it. Oh my god. Don't get greedy. So again, if there was a tank destroyer at A4 that was really good, I would be just blind firing this bush, and because it's a Foch 155 or in E4, maybe you might just take 750 to the face because you're in an obvious position. So especially because you've been here twice now shooting things, it's very lucky. If you don't take damage for this, I'll be very surprised. And this is just one of those things. Sometimes this is going to work out, like it seems to be working out. You've already got 4,000 damage. So far, this has been a pretty solid game for you. The other thing is, I mean, because this is all kind of static over here, and the town is kind of static, but they are pushing in the 9-0 line. You see the Super Conk is moved up. The whatever that heavy tank is on the far 0 line is where he is. Like, because you have the speed, see, and you're pushing in, and that's, yeah, and that was the mistake, because you knew the lion was there, and then now you're getting eaten by a Foch. I think this was this was the big fuck up for this game, really. And I wouldn't keep pushing in, but now you're kind of committed. Just everything about this is kind of awkward. And if you were gonna, oh god, there's an E4, and this is why we don't push into blind stuff, right? We had no idea what was there, and now here we are with an E4 of both Foches in the back, and you can't get out. This is just a nightmare. What I might have done instead is effed off all the way back to the K line to come back around to the other side of the map. And if you get in that, oh lord, oh, so you gotta hit those. And if you were to get back to that K0 rock, then you could pinch the Super Conqueror and kill him, and then maybe make a play to either stabilize or even take back the 9-0 line. And that's much more of a thing that a lion should do, right? What you're doing right now, this would be a play to make if this was all there was, right? But right now, you're at the tip of the spear, and that 60 TP might decide to just stop caring about you, and there's nothing that you could do about that, so it's a very risky. And now here's another one, right? So this is why you don't ever want to be the front of the, like, you know, this isn't where you'd put a leopard, so you shouldn't put a lion here either. And of course, you see, it cost you your tank, and both of the guys that are behind you are both low on hit points. So, yeah, I think that that play up, probably, I mean, like I said, the 1-2 position at the beginning kind of worked out, right? Luckily for you. It shouldn't have, probably, but it did. And then you stayed there, and that lion was very bad, and so he fed you a few, like 3 shots of damage. And their IS-7s played very bad, and so they fed you some damage. So you kind of got, like, lucked out into a bunch of this damage that you've got, which it looks like 4,800 damage. But I could just as easily see another game where people don't do dumb things, and you go over here and you get run over by 3 tanks and you die instantaneously. So, you know, don't think that it, you know, just because nobody's over here that somebody has to go. Like, that's not true. Like, if what I would have done maybe instead is maybe stay up at the perch at K1 or K4 looking over the left side, so that way if somebody gets up over there, you can still shoot, but then you can still leave yourself a path to retreat. So K1 doesn't really give you that, but K4 does. And it sucks to be a little passive like that, but it's better than, you know, you're going to get more damage out of the game. If they push in through the 1-2 line, you'll get a few shots on them and stuff like that. Maybe you get some spotting and stuff, and then if you need to fall back to shoot more, you can do that. So you're statistically more likely to have a better game doing that than rolling the dice and going out there a 1-2 line by yourself. So that's, you're just trying to play the odds because you can't tell what the enemy's doing. So anyways, I think that's it. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. All right, bye.